welcome to another exciting edition of the P&B Sports Show. I'm your host, Abel Sunday. On today's program, we focus our attention on development at Chelsea Football Club following the departure of Enzo Maresca as head coach. His exit once again raises crucial questions about leadership, direction, and long-term stability at Stamford Bridge. The pressing issue before us is clear: who is best suited to assume the role of head coach and guide Chelsea into their next phase? To provide expert insight on this subject, we are joined virtually from the United States of America by one of the coaches of Northwest University, Coach Titus Bolke, and also we have been joined by our in-house analyst, Tom Aroko. He will provide clarity and everything concerning this topic. Grab your teacup because P&B Sports start now. Welcome back. It's still P&B Sport, reaching you live from the nation's capital. And I'm being joined by two gentlemen, of course, who know their onions when it comes to sports. And I think this should be the second time we're having Coach Titus Nixon joining us all the way from the United States. Titus, should I say good morning? I think it's morning right now. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Yes, this morning is 12 midnight here now, so you guys are ahead in the future. So
Definitely, we are 9 hours ahead of you guys. All right, and we also have our in-house analyst, the one and only tallest man. I want you to call him Tony. The sport Berlusconi himself, Tom Aroko. Tom, good morning. And how was your night? And how does it feel, Manchester United dropping a point again?
I'm good, thank God. I think we're not here to talk about Manchester United.
All right, gentlemen, it's nice to have you guys in the show again. And but let's dive into the conversation. Enzo Maresca left Chelsea yesterday, and we are trying to see how we could let's talk about this. Let's talk about critically. Enzo Maresca leaving Chelsea yesterday, and we don't even know, because I think it's something that that is shocking, to be honest. It's very, very shocking to me. But let me start with you. I don't know if I start with you, Titus, or Tom. But let me start with you. You're a Chelsea fan. I don't start with this guy because he's going to molest you guys somehow. But let me start with you. How does it feel seeing and with the abysmal performance of Enzo Maresca? One would think that okay, he will take you guys to the promised land after winning the club champions league, and then also giving you guys the conference league as well last season. But one would think that okay, you guys have made the right appointment, bringing him down to the Chelsea, the stability will be there. But all of a sudden, we're seeing these performances that he was putting on all through this season. But from your own assessment, what do you think could be the problem, Titus?
I mean, as we all know, when it comes to sport, there's always some underlying issues that we don't get to get the actual data or background of what is going on, right? But I mean, you look at Maresca this season. We've had under him winning the Conference League and then the Club World Cup was huge for the club. So just seeing, the news, waking up to the news yesterday was just shocking. But also, to me, somewhat, I saw that coming as a fan, as a football fan, as a Chelsea fan. You could see that coming because at times when you talk about it, it's okay, what is going on? This and that. There's some tactics that you ask a find you question why is it this way. So I won't say I'm blind to it because I think I saw that coming, but not just the way it came. If I'll put it that way.
Okay, well said, Titus. Let me come to Tom. Can you tell us? Do you think the appointment of Enzo Maresca was the right fit for Chelsea?
I think Enzo Maresca was actually a perfect fit for Chelsea at the time because we're seeing an Enzo Maresca who has the same philosophy that Chelsea has been trying to portray for a long time, especially after Pochettino. You see an Enzo Maresca who deals with possession football, which is what Chelsea is usually used to because he had coached several teams. He had coached Leicester City, leading them to championship title. He won the Europa Conference, and he also managed the Manchester City elite development squad, winning the Premier League too, and also had a brief stint at Panama and stepping up also alongside Manchester City, West Ham, Ascoli, and Sevilla. So him coming in, we saw somebody that he actually had the experience that the team actually needed. But I think the main thing that was seen is the possession football. We call it tiki taka. And that's what Chelsea is used to playing. But I think digressing from what you said, so I think yes, he came as a perfect fit, but he left not being a perfect fit because we are seeing somebody like Enzo Maresca who also in the past weeks he had several bad results. And I always tell people, I say once you beat Chelsea, you are the World Club champions, interim World Club champions until they can win their next match. We saw Atlanta beat Chelsea 2-1. We saw Aston Villa beat Chelsea 2-1. We saw Newcastle draw with Chelsea 2-2. We saw an array of draws and an array of losses and just a few wins against Everton and I think Cardiff as well. So it's like that was the first problem. But I think another problem that the money that people have and some people have been saying that it's like he wanted more, but he is not the manager of the team. He wanted to be involved in players that they come into the team, the transfers and the rest, forgetting that he's just the coach and not a manager, which is something that some ambitious coaches try. But when you're not a Man City coach, you do not get so much attention from the management. But I think one thing about Enzo Maresca is Enzo Maresca obviously even after this is going to find a fit, a perfect fit immediately. I think we are hearing that he might go to the Bundesliga soon or something, but we're not sure. But I think another problem that he also had was the problem of the medical issue because he had a problem with the hierarchy. I think he had whenever he was told not to use some certain players, he used those players even without the permission of the medical team. I think that was the major problem. And Chelsea is a team that the medical team on its own is quite independent. Once it says do not use this player, we could see it with players like Fana, Neto, Palmer, Chris James. We could see some certain players. So I think that to me, issues with the hierarchy was the major problem alongside the performance back then. But yes, it was a perfect fit for me, but he left not being a perfect.
Okay, well said. Let me come back to you, Titus. I want to ask this: how much responsibility should Maresca take for Chelsea's inconsistent results? I don't know how much of that responsibility do we give to Maresca, or to be say is the squad that have that issue. But I want to get your own perspective about that.
First, I think again going back to just Maresca as a whole situation, if he was the perfect fit, I think Maresca was a good fit for Chelsea. And like I said, in every as we all know, we've been in the world of sports for a while now. When you work with management and stuff like that, there's always an underlying issue that sometimes we don't even get to know that, right? So I look at uh, Maresca. He he's a wonderful coach, and he worked very well with the young squad that Chelsea have. I think he brings some of the best that he can have. Going back to even just the medical staff and stuff that is going, I think there is an underlying issue that we're yet to. My one of my brother-in-law and I were having a chat about this earlier, and it was like he heard that some of the questionable substitutes that he does during game sometimes, that the club management are the one asking him to be playing those players, that to be rotating players so he get their values up. And again, we all know in the world of sports, that's not how it works. Because there's no way you have a stellar performance against Man City, against Arsenal with 10 men down there. You could have won that game if you have your full squad. And then you come to the next game, a different formation, a different squad coming into the game and throw away everything that you've had. There's no way you go a whole month of November becoming the manager of the month, and then you come into December with no wins, right? So, and as we all know from his previous after Everton game, from his press conference, he talks about how there's some stuff going on around the club. Obviously, he never voiced who that issue was, but again, you could see, you can read in between the line that there's something going on. So just hearing that, to me, it makes sense because Maresca is a great coach. He's put out some great line of Chelsea. In the past, we've played Barcelona, beating Barcelona, played PSG during the World Cup, Club World Cup, beating them. Playing Arsenal with Temas, so some of the big clubs that we've played and stuff like that. Then when you see him making some changes, it's very questionable. And to me, it's like, is there really underlying issue between him and the club, or what they're asking him to, hey, we want you playing all these players that we bought, so the market values go up. So if we need to sell them, maybe money out of it. And if that's what they're looking for, that's the downfall. That wasn't really necessarily him setting Chelsea where it is, because to me, when you look at how he coaches and how he manages his players, you could tell that this coach knows what he's doing.
Okay, Coach Titus, let me still stay with you before Tom. I'll come back to you when. Let me stay with him for. I wanted to ask him this. You are a coach, and when there's this kind of interference, how does it really affect you guys' job in terms of technicality, in terms of focusedness, getting these players ready for these games? How does it affect your plans? And how does it, because you should be able to, because you see things differently from the way we see it. We are journalists who can only talk, but you see the things differently the way from where we see it. So I want you to put us in just give us share some small light on that regards before I come back to you, Tom.
Yeah, to that, I think it messes with every plan that you have as a coach, because you're here, you have this vision. So you align what your vision is as a coach with the club vision, what you want to achieve. And then you start hearing this from either management, like, oh, we want this. And we know in several occasions in the professional level, especially this has happened. In college level, maybe not as much. But even I'm coaching like in a youth soccer at the moment. The moment that you still have that from management, oh, we want this kid here, we want this kid here, we want that kid. So it messes up your target of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve as a coach, which makes the day, sometimes even your relationship with the players that you have, because you have this pressure from the management telling you this, and then for you spend so much time with the players. You know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. You know, okay, this weekend or this game, I have the best squad that I'm going to bring to give what I need. And then you get interrupted by someone else that is higher than you. So like, oh, we should do this. But you call me into this job, allow me to do my job, you do your part. So when they do that, it definitely throw away some of the tactics and plans that the coach can have to have a successful. No, not that everything is just on managers. Coaches also have theirs. You could put something today that doesn't work, but some will say superstitious. But if you get something that's working for you in the world of professionally, I would even say you have to stick to it. I can't go today because I have um, five keepers and decide, okay, this is my best guy today. I'm gonna play him, and then next game I change him. You don't rotate players that much. And I think, again, be it from either the management or from Maresca, as a coach, you just have to stand your ground. If you bring me here, let me do my work. If you're taking me out, take me out. And I'm living with pride, not tarnishing my image. Did that make sense? So to me, yeah, I think it definitely do mess with the
Okay.
coach's plan.
Okay, well said. Okay, Tom, let me get your response on those questions.
I think, well, I'm not a coach, but I agree solely with what Coach Titus has said, especially with the fact that sometimes as a coach, you have players that you want to bring in. You have players that you are used to. You have players that you trust in. You already built some certain level of chemistry, and you know the players that are going to play with that team bond and with that chemistry and with your style of play. And then you have a management on the side who wants to impose players on you. I never thought about it the way Coach Titus said it, because he said they had to play some players because to bring up their value in the market. And if you notice, at the time, Chelsea is a team that actually had the highest players on loan in the world of football. And it seems like that has been the business for Chelsea over time. And when you look at some Champions League matches earlier on in the season, you realize that you see him bringing a winning squad. Then all of a sudden, in the next match, he has to change tactics. He's bringing in other players for important Champions League matches that normally we won't expect him to bring. And sometimes you think it's a tactical thing, but the way Coach Status has said it, and I think now I realize that the reason why he changes some of the patterns or the way his team plays is probably because he's being asked to bring some players so that to increase their face value as well. So really, I have nothing much to say about that. I'm not a coach. I think Coach Titus has said it all.
But the second question was how much responsibility can Maresca take on Chelsea's inconsistency? You understand the result that they put in? How much of that responsibility?
I think left to me, I'm going to put it at a 50-50 basis, because the management they also have a big role to play. I remember the match against Everton. We saw that yes, he was at a place where yes, he used the players that he wanted to use, and you can see that he's actually a very very good coach. So it seems like it's just external influence. Then also, I'm also going to take this back to the injury perspective of things. Sometimes he had players that had injuries, and he was asked not to play some of these players, and yet he still played some of these players. So at the long run, I feel it boiled down to the relationship with the management and the medical staff. That is what I have put this on. And with what Constantus has said, I'll have to also look into that, because I think I agree with you now that I think about it. So I think it's a 50-50 thing if I want to put on the percentage level.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of breather. Let me come back to Titus. Titus, way forward, of course, as we try to wrap up this show, way forward, which of those managers do you think can fit into the role that Enzo Maresca left yesterday? Which of the managers do you think we have in town? Because, on ground, we have the likes of Pochettino. Is that Pochettino has been there before and he left? We have the likes of, I think Zidane is still there. We still have, what is this Liverpool manager again? I can't remember his name. Yes, Klopp. Klopp too is still there. So and so on and so forth. So which of those managers do you think can fit into this Chelsea's or can handle this Chelsea squad and see how he can take them to the next level?
Honestly, of all, I would say to me, I would love to see Zidane, but I think Zidane we know is probably maybe just waiting for the French national team to be the coach there. And Klopp, I don't think will ever come back to coach any other team in England apart from Liverpool because he so much have love for the Liverpool. I mean, they still like stuff Fabregas. They still like stuff. Frank Lampard is doing.
Eric Ten Hag is still there too without a job. Eric Ten Hag can also.
We don't want him. So, I mean, even Xabi Alonso, right? So he hasn't gotten straightforward with Madrid. So there's something can happen at any time. But yeah, we have Iniesta as well. People likes of Iniesta that can come in and fill that position. Because for me, I think we need a coach that is also young that can fit in well with our young squads, which I think is something that Maresca did well. I don't think we give Maresca enough credit that he needs. There's some part of it that, like you've mentioned, right? It's 50-50. But at the same time, is okay, the things he's worked, things that you've done, you've built a great team. I mean, we have billions of dollars squad. So just looking at options and stuff that we have, you never know. I know there is a partner club that we have in France. Is it Strambunk or something like that? I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right. There is likes to that coach. Also, he's a very young coach. That is coming. I would love. I was talking to my brother earlier. I said I would love for us to have the Flamingo coach Flip. He's played for Chelsea for a season before. Felipe, he's doing a really amazing job in Brazil with the team. He came his first year, won, I think 3 trophies or so. So he's establishing himself. He's very young, and I think he could do really well with his squad. But he also just signed a new contract with them. So, we could pull out some good money and maybe that can shake things up. But yeah, it's moving forward.
What about you coaching Chelsea? You didn't talk about yourself.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm in that level yet. We have 2 licenses that do get there, but that could be something in the future. There's no limit to this life and what God has for us. So definitely, I have the ambition someday to get to that level. Start somewhere. We're starting gradually and building that portfolio, getting the license that is needed. So.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let me come over to you, Tom. So, what are those? What do you think? Which of those managers do you think can fit into that role that Enzo Maresca left yesterday?
I think, honestly, none of the people you mentioned, not Zidane, none of them. I don't think they're going to fit into it because the way they handled Maresca, it's obvious that the management needs somebody that will listen to them, and they also need. I think that was also an issue with Pochettino as well. The fact that they always want to have influence, and I do not expect somebody like Zidane or Fabregas to sit down and not want to have that type of influence. But I think the notable names like Coach Titus has said is Strasbourg. I think that's Rossignol. And I know he has relationship with Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winsley, which are directors in Chelsea. And he also plays his possession style of football as well. So he's somebody that he already has that relationship with the Chelsea management, and also he already plays that style of Chelsea football. So I think he's at the top of the list. For popular opinion, yes, at the top of the list, and I feel he's going to be also a good fit. But I think other people that Chelsea are also looking to get is Francesco Farioli, who is known for his defensive style as well. And also, I think Coach Santos would like this. I think they're also looking at Minnesota United Eric Ramsey as well. So I think we're going to see an array of potential names also spring up over time. But I'm putting my money on the Strasbourg guy, Liam Rossignol. I think he's going to be the one that's just independent.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, as we try to wrap up, because sincerely, I think and we're running out of time. You guys have said everything that needs to be said about Enzo Maresca, and we'll just leave the rest to God. And my sincere appreciation goes to you all for your contributions on this show, and I want to thank Coach Titus for giving us the opportunity to talk sport and all the, how do I call it, with the time that he would even with me keeping night virgin. Okay, I think that's the right word to use. Keeping night virgin for him to come and talk to. And honestly, I really want to appreciate you for that time. I even with the short notice I gave to you, but you still deem me fit that you come out and talk to us about sport. Thank you so much, Titus.
Thank you for having me, and I can't wait for the next one.
Definitely.
Do something better with Nigerian sports.
Thank you very much. And also, my ever colleague, the tallest man in Abuja, he will always be there. This is the backbone of a P&B Sports Show. He's always there, even if he's not on duty. He will always cook up live with us. Thank you so much, our in-house sport analyst. Thank you so much, Tom Aroko.
Before I go, I just want to say something. I hope that Chelsea will not be able to come back.
That's just the mindset of Manchester United fans. I don't know why they are always backlashing on Chelsea. I don't know. Chelsea did not ask you to play poorly. Did Chelsea ask you to play poorly?
I'm
not here to talk about Manchester United.
As the United legend would say, Evra Patrice, he would said, when they played, if you beat Chelsea, you're winning the league. If Chelsea go, then that will give United a chance to come back to the Champions League.
Let's hope so. Let's thank you, gentlemen, for your contributions. Thank you so much. All right, you can connect with us on all social media platforms, on Facebook and YouTube at Politics&BusinessTV.English, on IG at PMBTV_English, on X at PMBTV_ENG. That's the size of our show this morning. I'm Abel Sunday, and from me and from the entire team right here in Abuja, say goodbye.